Okay, you want to get into real estate. You want to make a lot of money. You think this job is easy. You think that you could create your own schedule. You hear all this great stuff. Well, today I'm going to tell you about the hardest things about being in real estate so you can decide for yourself if it's really as easy as you think it is, if it might be a career you might want to jump into. But I can promise you by the end of this, your perception that you've had will be changed, even in slight. Number one, I can tell you that you're going to deal with is that when you first start to when you've been in the business 20 years, you're going to have a propensity to learn how to fake it till you make it. You're going to pretend that things are always great in real estate because you don't want to pass on a negative perception, but you also don't want to run into clients or potential clients, friends or family, and kind of make them feel like maybe it's not good. It might be bad for them. You don't want to scare them, but also for yourself, you're self-talking yourself and making yourself feel good, making yourself feel like you're productive, even when you may not have anything going on. And again, new to old agents, ones that have been experienced to not, it doesn't matter. All the way around, you're going to pretend things are great when they may not be. Number two, you're going to have a lot of time away from your friends or your family. You're not going to see as much of them as you'd like to see. Now, you could say, hey, well, I thought I was going to make my own schedule. Well, I could hate to tell you this. If you have clients, they create your schedule. And that is how you make money in real estate. You don't have one boss. You're going to have maybe 5, 6, 7 dozen bosses, 20 bosses. It depends. The better you are as a real estate agent, more bosses you have, more things you have to move around. So again, public perception may be, hey, it's nice working whenever you want to. Well, that's not a fact of nature. If I were to tell you from my perspective, 80 to 100 hours a week, I get to pick when I'm going to work those 80 to 100. Not necessarily. Again, my clients do that, and I've been doing that the last 9 years. So I'm going to have a lot of time away from my family. Now, granted, I do get to go to every doctor's appointment and schedule it in there to where I'm seeing my family, but it's not as much as I'd like. So there is somewhat of a sacrifice there, and you're going to have to be okay. Understand that 80 to 100 hours a week and that time away from your family has got to serve the purpose of building a business, taking care of your family, but then you also got to make sure you take care of yourself and your family by scheduling around your clients and taking that time for them, because you're not going to have as much of it. 3, and this goes along with number 2 and number 1, is you got to manage your own expectations. You don't realize that when you get into this business, you have an employee mindset, which means I show up at a specific time, I do certain things, I do what my boss tells me, and then I get to go home. Well, that is not the mindset in real estate. The mindset in real estate is you're the business owner. That means you're the secretary, you're the best friend, you're the doctor, you're the lawyer, you are the runner, you are everything. So in this business, you're going to have to learn to manage those expectations, because I bet if somebody were to follow each real estate agent around nationwide, it would be very easy for them to say, hey, God, they look like they could be depressed, or it looks like they could have, ADD or ADHD, or, they could literally see that it is a lot different workhorse than going to work, working for a boss, and tasks that, are provided to you, are checked up on by your boss. Well, in this case, all the tasks you got to do, all the things, home inspections, call and follow up, getting information for clients, researching things, writing contracts, showing up to closings, getting termite moisture inspections, so on and so forth. You've got to manage that expectation. You've got to manage that time, because things are not going to go the way that you want it to go. And that is a hard thing to deal with in this business, because that's what people are not used to because of that shift in mindset. So be prepared. It's not going to be easy. Number 4, justifying your worth. When you got to sit around and you got to justify to buyers and sellers why you're worth it, simply, most agents that I've run into, new, been in the business, doesn't matter, have this green-eyed mentality that they're just looking for the money. Now, I know that sounds bad, but that's the truth of the matter. NAR has some statistics that say, upwards of 70% of all agents nationwide are part-time. So they partly know what they're talking about, but yet they're sitting in front of you trying to justify why that $6,000 commission, they're worth it. And some of us get fooled pretty easily. So I want you to understand, when you get into real estate, you're not going to fool everybody. And eventually you're going to run into an agent like myself or many others out there that do a good job, work hard at that 80, 100 hours a week, aren't sitting on the beach or playing golf. So justifying your worth is going to be harder and harder in this day and age, because you have so many other agents out there that are willing to do more, find more value, provide more to their clients, and be honest, because you can't run and hide so much anymore as you used to be able to many years ago. You got to be transparent. You got to be honest. Otherwise, you're eventually going to have no business, and you're going to be out of this business pretty quick. Number 5, you're going to miss opportunities to other agents. Again, this ties back to the last one. You're going to miss so many opportunities when you start in this business because other agents just know what they're doing. They're better educated. You're going to have to put in the time, the grunt work, the leg work, be broke as hell to do better in this business. And you have to be ready for it. And you have to be ready probably for a 3 to 5 year ride if you're really grinding it out 80 to 100 hours a week, being smart, doing the right things, and providing the right level of service to your clients. Getting educated. You constantly got to get educated in this business. So remember, get ready to deal with a lot of losses before you get any wins. So if you're not ready for that failure, don't even try it in this business. And the last thing, and this is the most hectic thing, in my opinion, because I still do it to this day, almost 9 years later, is you're going to have to budget like you're never going to get paid again. Now, many of y'all look at me like I'm crazy and say, hey, budget what? Because many of us don't budget, which you could go look at the importance of budgeting in one of my other videos, because, again, I've learned it from personal experience. A budget can save you a lot of heartache and pain. But, again, you have to budget in this business different than any other, because your money has to go 2 different ways. To make your clients' houses get sold and help you, gain traction in this business and do more business. And the other side of it, that same paycheck has to pay for the stuff that you have going on at home: healthcare, housing, food, gas, you name it. So be ready to budget like you are never going to get paid again, and that will worry the hell out of most of y'all, and most of you will never ever want to try this business once you've heard that. But I promise you, I've watched real estate agents go and sell one house and then go 3 months not selling a house, to sell 2 houses and not sell another house. And the median income range is very low for the amount of work. But then again, there's adjustment period when you look at how many agents are part-time. So I hope these 6 little things help you understand what it's like to be in this business, what are the negatives in being in this business. But again, not everything is negative. There is a freedom at the end of the line, and I wouldn't be sitting here today if it weren't for this business and trying to help you understand. Before you make that jump or think that this job is easy, you might want to consider these things, because they're really going to play an effect on how you live your life differently, not just how you work in this business differently. So hopefully this will help some of y'all out there. Please comment below, like it, share it. Anybody that's been interested in this business needs to know this information. So look forward to helping you again here soon. Talk to you soon. Have a good day.